to do a 2-page layout of the 2008 presidential election, and I was inspired to do this layout by the July Celebrate the Seasons video from Nicole McGurk, who's a garden girl at 2 Peas in a Bucket, and if you look in the description for this video, you'll see a link to that video. So I started with 2 12x12 sheets of basil cardstock, and then I took 2 11.5 by 11.25 sheets of vanilla basil cardstock. And I'm just lining it up, the blue cardstock up on my grid so I can put the vanilla cardstock exactly halfway, exactly centered. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the second piece of cardstock up with the first piece of cardstock and then glue it down. So here I'm taking a piece of Scenic Route grid paper and I'm inking the edges in Colorbox Fluid Chalk ink in Colonial Blue. And I've rounded the corners of this with my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. And I made it a 1/2 inch smaller than the vanilla cardstock, so there'd be a 1/4 inch border all the way around. And now this is a photo strip that I printed, or excuse me, that I made in Adobe Photoshop Elements and printed out to be the same size as my vanilla cardstock. So I'm taking another piece of that striped paper from Scenic Route, and I'm rounding the corner and inking it in the same Colonial Blue from Colorbox. I'm going to glue it down, and again I left a border all the way around it. Then here's another large photo that I printed out, edited and printed from Photoshop Elements and printed it on my photo printer. And I'm going to just glue it down right above the Scenic Route paper. And then this is just another photo from that night. I'm just adding it with some thin pop tape. This is the Scotch foam mounting tape. Just wanted to have a little extra dimension with this one photo. And now I'm just going to decide what photo I want in that corner there. And I like both these papers, and I just needed to decide if I wanted the layout to be more cool or more warm. And I decided I'd rather have it be more warm. So now I'm just measuring that space that's left so I can cut my paper down to the right size. I'm just going to add adhesive and stick it down. And now there's some excess, so I'm going to trim it with my craft knife. And since someone had come mentioned that you can see my ceiling fan reflected in the glass mat that I use, I thought I would try and do a video without using the glass mat. And I just had the hardest time trimming this edge. So from now on I will be using the glass mat every time I'm using a craft knife. It's just too hard for me not to use a glass mat. Now I'm deciding what paper I want to run vertically, and again I've decided for a cooler paper of the 2 options. So now I'm just going to be gluing that down. So one side of the layout is more warm, and the other side is more cool, but all together it looks very well balanced between the kind of cools of the blues and the warms of the reds. This is a Scenic Route Paper Company border sticker from the Liberty collection, which is where all this paper comes from as well. I'm just trimming it down. So I'm just deciding kind of what decorative elements I want where. And I like the way that journaling spot looks there. And now I'm just testing different pens on the scrap piece of paper to see which pen has the best red. And these are Zig two-way writers. Now I'm going to just do my journaling, or some of my journaling. There's quite a bit of journaling on this page. And I'm going to put this with the ThermoWeb pop dots, which are a little bit thicker than that Scotch mounting tape. So it'll give it more dimension. And I'm just kind of playing with some additional elements. I like this sticker that says USA. I like that round chipboard piece with the star on it. Just kind of make a little cluster of embellishments right there. Just using some craft glue dots to stick down my chipboard piece. And now I've got another die cut journaling spot that I'm going to add, and I'm going to put it over that. The long photo is actually a screenshot of a banner that MSNBC put up on their website after it was clear that Obama had enough electoral votes to win the election. And so I printed it out, but there were like a bunch of hot links, and I am just covering the links up with that journaling spot. And now I feel like I want to pull out the photo, so I got out these chipboard brackets and I trimmed the tags from where I pulled them out of the sheet, and then I put them down and I hated the way they looked, so I'm going to set them aside and go with these red chipboard photo corners. I like those a lot better. I feel like they frame the photo better, and the color just brightens up the page. That photo is a little bit dark. So I just have put down those three, and then I need this other one to be under the corner of that journaling spot. So I'm going to pull off the foam tape and put down my little chipboard piece with some glue dots. And then I'm going to put another piece of the foam tape right next to it and peel it up so that I can put that down. Here I've cut out with my Big Shot Quick Cuts letters from the Stardust alphabet, and I run them all through my Xyron Xbox. And now I'm just going to stick them to the page. And this page actually has kind of two titles. This one says Election 2008. And then in the striped strip on the other facing page, there will be an additional title. So kind of think of it as like a title and a subtitle. I love this font. This font is probably the reason that I got a die cutting machine. I just love this font. Okay, so these are Hero Arts gems in the shape of stars. They're just clear, and they're pretty small compared to the font, so I'm going to sprinkle quite a few of them all around the letters and kind of make it look like a starburst or fireworks even. Just kind of give it a more festive, fun look. I'm just finishing that up, and that's what the right side of the page looks like. That's what the title looks like, and in the next video I'll do the left side.